Hey guys, GHAZZY TV here with another Path of Exile video. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to boost your character levels in the game. And it can be done in quite a few different ways. However, I'll be talking about the way that I prefer to do it with my little group. We're 3 people in our group, and basically what we're doing is that if anybody wants to level a new character, and most of us really hates leveling new characters, we help that person out by boosting them instead. It's a little bit slower than what the racers are doing, which requires full focus and no mistakes throughout the gameplay or the playthrough. Whereas with this strategy, you can get about the same time as the racers do, up to level 70 or 70 or plus 70 plus for that matter. We usually go for level 72 with our characters because then you can equip level 21 gems. You don't need any specific gear. However, some gear I'll mention in this video can help to make it easier. And when you're in a party, you can then enable level downscaling. And what this does is that everyone is brought down to the lowest level player. Now keep in mind that you'd like to turn this off when you play without boosting someone later, because it can be quite devastating, especially for minion players. However, with it on, you can level from level 2 already after you've done with the Twilight Strand. Basically have someone with a decent clearing build, like Spectres for example, or whatever other ability that shoots and clears very well. Basically has full gear and is downscaled to your level and then run with you throughout the entire campaign of the 10 acts. And the only type of gear you would want to have is a Quicksilver Flask, some movement speed increasing gear such as 7 League Steps, a Wanderlust boots, gold ring for mixer resistances. You can even start in the Purity of Elements later when you get higher enough levels to just help you make sure you don't die. And you don't even have to spec your points unless you want to, but obviously specking them into some defensive nodes is not a bad idea, so you stay alive throughout this boosting sequence. Other gear that can give you a lot of movement speed is obviously the Screaming Eagle weapons. Their one-handed axes give you 10% movement speed, so it's all about just keeping up with the one who's boosting you. Other things you can use that is something that we really go for is experience enhancing gear. Some of these pieces are the Pirandis Signet rings that gives you 3% additional chance for Scroll of Wisdom, but 2% increased intelligence, but also 2% increased experience gained. Now that's the mod you wanted. That's the reason we used 2 of these rings. We also use the Supreme Truth weapons, so you're not going to have that extra movement speed, but each of those weapons gives you 3% increased experience gain each. There is also a helmet that I've forgotten the name for, whatever the name for that helmet. There is a helmet, I believe it was, that increases experience gain as well. Everything should just minimize the downtime. Obviously, you have to keep in mind some crucial generic rules, such as the lowest level you can be based on the area level is the area level minus 6 levels. If I'm not mistaken, it increases by 1 level per 16 area level. So at level 20 area, you should be able to be 7 levels below.
Okay, whoa, let's stop here. You're probably thinking now, but GHAZZY, it's not 7 levels below at level 20. If you're confused about who's speaking now, this is the voice of GHAZZY's YouTube editor, and I've noticed that GHAZZY is spitting some incorrect bullshit here, so let me correct him here. So according to this table here in the Path of Exile wiki, the lowest save zone starts at 3 levels below or above the area level, which means at Act 1 you can be 3 levels below the area and you will have no XP penalty. The save zone increases by 1 level every 16 levels, which means at level 20 you have to be not more than 4 levels below or above the area level. Not 7, but 4 levels, okay? Not 7. Alright, I'll let GHAZZY do the talking now.
So any area that you are starting to fall behind on experience, you just go back to the best farming spot and grind there. Now in Act 1 you don't have to think about it. Act 2, sometimes you can be a little bit too fast. I believe this little recording we did, we ended up in Act 3 real quick at the end of the recording, which is a level 23-24 area, and I was only level 19. So I would have started to fall behind once we reached Docks, which is a good spot to stay in. Docks, or the other Solaris Temple, I believe it's called, where you can just do a couple of extra runs to get that extra experience so you can keep going with the campaign. Now, why would this be a good strategy to use? There's a few scenarios where this would be a nice way to get your characters up in level, and I'll try to cover some of them that I use them for. One thing is that when you level through the act, you still have to do the quest that gives you skill points. You still have to do all the campaign, otherwise we would pretty much just park your character in delving and do this strategy, but with delve, which is often much more efficient but you still have to do the campaign. So what I usually do is we do this strategy whilst running the campaign. And if I need any extra levels, we usually run Blood Aqueducts. And if we're doing anything around that, we could go delving at that point because it should be better. But it's a matter of personal taste at that point, but you still have to do the campaign. I know Heist, for example, in the current league is very good for experience and can be definitely used as you level up the vendor's resets. You buy the contracts for like a transmutation orb. It's perfectly fine to do in delving, but again, you have to go back and do the campaign. So you might as well just do the boosted campaign as well instead of doing double the work. So because you can go through all the things you need from the campaign in what, 45 minutes with one or two guys helping you out with the waypoints, but you still have to do it, so you might as well get the experience as you're running there. That's my take on it. So basically, the situations where you would want to use this, if you have friends or even purchasing or hell, even selling this type of service to people. I used it on the Magic Fan character that we're making some guides for this week or maybe later this week. This character is a wheelchair build that cannot handle itself. So to avoid leveling it up and then being forced to spend like 50 regret orbs to then make it into the build it was designed to be, we decided to boost the character. That way I didn't have to think about the leveling, didn't have to think about my skill tree. We just boosted it up, put the gear on level 72, and suddenly I had my build up and running and functional for the group, which is very comfortable. We did the same thing for Kaka, one of the guys I'm playing with, a moderator of mine, where we did that for his Mana Guardian support character. He didn't have to think about these things. We just boosted him up and that was it, and it was done. So that's one way you can utilize this, either with your friends, helping someone out, or selling or buying it as a service. And this is easily done on the website poeparty.com, obviously, where you can either list that you're selling this type of service or list that you want to buy that type of service. And that's very simple because the poeparty.com is basically the website that makes the in-game public party completely obsolete. And it's a very nice tool to use. I'd recommend checking that out. But that's basically the way to boost someone in Path of Exile. Either may it be for helping a friend out just to get it up. The best part about it is that you don't have to think about leveling. You just have a friend of yours or someone you purchased to run you through the campaign. All you do is run behind, don't fall behind, and keep track of your level versus the area level that you're playing in, and that's about it. It's super straightforward. It's very, very easy. However, I do want to mention again that Delve is better in terms of experience per hour. It seems like Heist is also better. Obviously, both Heist is in the current league, but you have to go back and do the campaign. Delving is really good, but again, you have to go back and do the campaign. But if you have a character with a lot of soul fights, once you're done with the campaign, you could actually rush the campaign if you prefer that and then do delving for experience. It's up to you how you want to treat it, but this is how you do the boosting. And I do want to have a little side note, because boosting also applies to things like your Heist followers in the current league, where you can actually do that in a party to help other people or your friends level their followers up, because you can go in with someone that is running a level 4 or 5 contract, whilst your follower only has level 1 in that skill, and your character would actually be able to enter it anyways because it's not your contract, and would also get the experience equivalent to that contract's level. So that's also another way to boost the level of certain things, and that's obviously specifically for Heist. I did want to mention that real quick. Anyways, so this is just a smart way, but it's a short video explaining how to boost people in the Path of Exile. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. In the coming week, there's going to be a lot of guides for both Arbot, different versions of it, Magic Find, and also how to farm headhunters. So hope you stay tuned for that. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay safe and keep rocking.